Hi guys, sorry I haven't been posting much video, but been kind of busy. The kids went back to school, doing some front yard work. I don't know if I told you guys before, we chopped down some trees that was kind of hassled us over the last winter, so we didn't want to deal with it. So I don't know if you guys showed you this car before. It's my son's EF. It's a 90 or 91 Civic DX. It's got an LS swap in it, Integra brakes and whatnot. But you guys might be wondering, this is really what the update is. Why is this car up on jack stand? Well, I guess you could say, let me open the hood. Give me a second, let me just open the hood. Okay, so about maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks back, my son was, I'm assuming he was doing a pull around here somewhere, and that happened. It looks like the pressure plate decided it was not gonna stay inside the transmission anymore, or inside the bell housing. So I think a piece off of it broke and basically grenaded the side of the transmission. It also took out the radiator and the slim fan, so it's gonna need a new radiator. It's definitely gonna at least need a bell housing, which is practically a new transmission. If you notice, where that bolt hole is, half of it's gone, and there's another mounting point for the transmission down there that's completely gone. This top bolt hole, it's actually, if you can see right there, there's a crack, and this thing is actually, instead of like that, it's a little bit crooked, so it broke this part of the block. So at this point, I'm afraid, this block is no good. Also, the transmission is no good, the block's no good. Everything else minus the radiator is okay. He got some dents right there on the downpipe. The motor's actually still starts, still idles good, still goes, still revs, but it's just that. So at this point we need to pull them. I don't think I'm gonna pull this swap as a whole, just because half of the bolts are missing. I would hate to try to pull this up and there's more cracks than we know, and this thing falls apart and drops on the car as we're lifting it out. So I think what we're gonna do is remove the turbo, pop the head off of it, and then drop everything from the bottom, just so that way we can kind of be somewhat safe about it. The head, it's gonna be still good, because I don't think anything bad happened to the head. The rotating internals, crank, rods, and pistons going to be good, and it didn't lose any fluids other than coolant. It didn't lose any transmission fluids. So, and when we shift through gears, when it's not running, by the way, when we shift, it seems fine. This thing had no grinds or anything like that before this happened. So the inside of this transmission is going to be good. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to find another transmission and use this internal or whatnot. We'll see what we can do. The green Type R motor, the green Integra with the Type R motor, has a GSR transmission. So if anything, we're going to use that transmission in this car, and I might get a Type R for that transmission. As far as the motor, what we're going to go ahead and do is pop the head off of it, and we're gonna reuse the head. I might go ahead and do some work. We might go do some work to it while we're at it. It's already gonna be out. Underneath all this junk is stock LS with bad rings. It's what happened. It overheated. The guy did a head gasket on it, rebuilt the head, but put it back together and it was still smoking. And when I looked at it, it was basically the rings, it's gone bad. So we're gonna go LS VTEC, so that way I don't have to buy a block. I'm either gonna use this rotating assembly, which is, you know, crank rods and piston, and put it on the LS, put some ARP studs on it. Regardless, we're gonna go ARP studs since it's gonna be out, and then put it back in and run it, because I mean this thing's basically running nice, done. I put a GSR transmission, or I might buy rods and piston, you know, turbo pistons and turbo rods for it, and then still LS VTEC, do a little bit of work to the head. When I say a little bit, dual valve springs and maybe a Type R cam, and then put it back together, so that way we can be a little bit safe. We can up the boost a little bit. Whoa, something just, look at that. While I was talking, that guy just fell from the sky. That's a big dragonfly. I mean, in comparison, that's my finger. Look at that. It's almost the size of my finger. I sure hope that. Well, I guess he's, well, maybe he's drunk, because it tried to fly away and hit the side mirror and landed back down. Hopefully he's okay. So, but anyways, I was getting back. So right now he's doing 8 pounds of boost. You could probably safely turn it up to 10 pounds. But if we did turbo rods and pistons, ARP studs, I might put a block guard on it, depending on how much the budget is. Then maybe we can up it, maybe 12 psi, who knows. Yeah, all we're talking California 91 octane, so can't really go up high. But yeah, so far as this is where this car is at. I mean, this car would have been, the motor, turbo kits would have been reliable. He made so many passes already, and this thing still spools nice, you know, still spins nice, no play. Manifolds are holding up. I believe he probably made about 4 trips to the drag strip. On just the Wednesday nights, he gets at least 8 to 9 passes. He took it to Race Wars. I think he got like 5 or 6 passes there. So I would say he made at least 20 passes on this kit. Not to mention, you know, driving around. So I think as far as the eBay turbo itself, I'm gonna call it good. It's still good. The motor is still good. Well, not anymore, but we can all agree the turbo didn't do that, or, you know, eBay turbo kit didn't do that. So yeah, stay tuned.